Hey guys, Gadget Droid here. When you think about large format printing, the first thing that probably comes to mind is complexity, massive printers tucked into office corners, loud mechanics, confusing software, and way too many steps before you even get something printed. Canon, however, is trying to simplify that with the Canon imagePROGRAF TC-21M, a 24-inch large format multifunction printer that's designed to deliver big prints, posters, CAD drawings, maps, and professional content without all the usual hassle. And while it's definitely not pocket-friendly in size, it is surprisingly compact for what it does. So, let's talk about what this machine is, how it works, and why it might just be the perfect upgrade for offices, schools, studios, or small businesses that need big prints without sacrificing usability. The Canon imagePROGRAF TC-21M is part printer, part scanner, and part copier. It's built to give you wide format functionality in a relatively compact body. At about 38 inches wide, 21 inches deep, and 10 inches high, and weighing 92 pounds, this is no lightweight desktop printer. It's clearly designed to sit on its own stand or dedicated table. But when you remember that this thing can handle roll media up to 24 inches wide and still feed cut sheets automatically, the size makes sense. The design itself is clean and simple, finished in white, with Canon's minimal branding and a 2.7-inch tiltable LCD touchscreen right up front. That screen is surprisingly responsive, and it's one of the main reasons this printer feels much less intimidating to use than most of its competition. What really stands out here is its multifunction capability. You don't just get printing, you also get scanning and copying through the built-in flatbed scanner. That means if you have a drawing or a smaller print that you want to enlarge, you can place it on the flatbed, hit a few buttons, and create a large format enlargement directly, without having to scan to a computer first. That's huge for workflow efficiency, especially in offices, copy shops, or schools where time is money and simplicity matters. Canon clearly thought about how people would actually use this in real life. For example, the auto sheet feeder can handle up to 100 sheets of letter-sized paper, or 50 sheets of 11 by 17, without you having to reload constantly. That's rare for wide-format printers, which are usually roll-only. The dual system here, with both an automatic roll feeder and a sheet tray, gives you way more flexibility. So you can print a poster on 24-inch roll paper and then immediately swap to multi-page reports or handouts on letter-size sheets, all without having to interrupt the workflow. Another detail I really appreciate is the inclusion of a USB flash drive port. It sounds basic, but think about how often people walk into a print shop or office with a file on a USB stick. With this printer, you just plug it in, select your file on the touchscreen, and hit print. No drivers, no waiting for a PC to recognize it, no complicated setup for schools and office environments. That's a lifesaver. And on top of that, you get Wi-Fi, LAN, and USB connectivity. Whether you're printing from a wired office setup, sending a file from your laptop, or even cloud printing directly from Google Drive or other cloud services, it's all supported. In terms of print quality, Canon is using a 4-color ink system here: black, cyan, magenta, and yellow. While it's not the full 6 or 8 color systems you might see in high-end photo printers, it's optimized for posters, CAD drawings, documents, and marketing materials. The maximum resolution is 2400 by 1200p, which is plenty sharp for line drawings, detailed text, and even decent photo output. For engineers, architects, or educators, that resolution means crisp lines and legible details, even at large sizes. For marketers or small businesses, it means vibrant posters and flyers that stand out. The print speed is fairly modest, about 8 color pages per minute and 16 black and white. But remember, this is a wide format printer. Speed isn't really the selling point, precision and flexibility are. And that's exactly what you get. On the scanning side, the flatbed delivers up to 2400p resolution, both in black and white and color. That means your copies or enlargements maintain detail and sharpness, without muddying text or losing contrast. One thing that often gets overlooked in printers like this is usability. Canon has made a real effort here. The tiltable LCD screen is intuitive, and the menu system is laid out logically. That makes it easy for someone who's never touched a wide-format printer to walk up and get results in minutes. Cloud printing and scanning also make it easy to connect workflows. Imagine scanning a large drawing directly to Google Drive and then sharing it with a remote team instantly. That's a small detail, but in modern work environments, it's a real productivity boost. Power consumption is efficient too. With a rated draw of just 28 watts during operation, the Canon TC-21M is surprisingly eco-friendly for its class. Many larger plotters can burn through way more energy, so this helps keep running costs lower. Speaking of costs, ink systems are always a consideration. This printer uses Canon's ink cartridges, and while replacements aren't cheap, the efficiency and relatively low power usage offset some of that expense. If you're running a small business or an office where every cent matters, that balance between cost and performance is important. From a build standpoint, the printer feels solid. At 92 pounds, you don't get any wobble or vibration while printing, even with large rolls. The mechanisms are smooth, and the automatic cutter on the roll feed is precise. That's key when you're producing multiple posters or banners. You don't want jagged edges or manual trimming slowing you down. Now, let's talk about who this is actually for. If you're a casual home user who only prints the occasional photo or document, this is way overkill. But if you're an architect printing CAD drawings, a teacher making large visuals for classrooms, a marketer producing posters and flyers, or a small print shop that needs flexibility, this could be the perfect fit. It's small enough to fit in most offices without requiring a dedicated print room, but powerful enough to handle real workloads. There are a couple of trade-offs, though. Duplex printing isn't supported here, so if you're used to printing double-sided, you'll need to flip sheets manually. Also, while the 2400 by 1200p resolution is excellent, this isn't a photo studio-grade printer. If your primary need is gallery-level photo printing, you'll want something with a wider color gamut and more ink channels. But for the target use case, documents, posters, CAD, and general wide format work, it nails the essentials. To sum it up, the Canon imagePROGRAF TC-21M is all about making wide format multifunction printing accessible, compact, and straightforward. It combines roll and sheet feeding, has solid resolution, cloud connectivity, USB support, and a genuinely intuitive user interface. It's not the fastest or the most colorful printer out there, but it delivers reliability, flexibility, and quality in one package that just makes sense for modern offices and studios. And that's the kind of product that reminds us how even something as overlooked as a printer can benefit from thoughtful design.